The sun of Veytra Prime was dipping behind jagged crimson mountains when Kael stepped cautiously into the ruined village. Smoke rose from shattered homes, and the air was thick with the acrid stench of battle. He had been sent as a human envoy, tasked with negotiating peace, or, at the very least, retrieving survivors. Kael didn't expect to encounter her. A lone alien warrior crouched amidst the wreckage. Her armor was dented, her clan insignia tarnished. But the way she held herself, even injured, radiated strength and authority. Kael instinctively noticed the weapon at her side, a sword, the emblem of her entire clan, rumored to be impossible to wield except by a rightful warrior. He had seen it in records, an artifact of great honor. Now, fate placed it in his reach. Beginning, the clan sword. The alien warrior's eyes, sharp and glimmering like molten silver, widened as Kael lifted the sword. You cannot," she hissed. Kael froze. "I'm not here to fight. I want to help." "You dare touch the sword of my ancestors?" she demanded. "I didn't mean disrespect," he said. "I only want to protect you." The moment was tense, electric. Kael could see her hands trembling, her muscles coiled for attack. But she didn't strike. Something in her, perhaps instinct, perhaps the realization that he saved her from the incoming raiders moments ago, kept her from moving. "Take it," she said finally, her voice quiet but commanding. "Defend me. I cannot fight, not yet." Kael's heart pounded. He knew legends spoke of humans unable to wield the clan sword without ritual or bond, yet as he gripped it, energy coursed through him. The sword seemed to recognize him, as if choosing him as its wielder. Middle, protecting her from danger. No sooner had Kael grasped the sword than the raiders returned. Their ships descended like locusts, their weapons primed for destruction. The alien warrior, whose name he learned was Serina, staggered to her feet beside him, leaning on a jagged wall for support. "Move behind me," Kael ordered instinctively, though his mind raced. He had never held a weapon of such power, yet the sword felt natural, almost alive in his hands. The raiders unleashed a volley of plasma, and Kael slashed with precision he didn't know he had. Each movement was guided, as if the sword itself knew how to protect Serina. The raiders faltered, their shock evident. How could a human wield the sacred weapons so deftly? Serina watched, awe replacing fear. She had trained her entire life to use that sword, yet here was a human, unfamiliar with her ways, fighting as if it were second nature. You are chosen," she whispered, barely audible. "I cannot explain it, but the sword obeys you." Kael nodded, though inwardly he marveled. He was saving the warrior, yet in doing so, he was becoming part of something far larger than himself. The turning point, an unexpected proclamation. After the battle, Serina and Kael stood amid the smoke and debris. Her clan had rules, ancient, rigid, and unyielding. Anyone who wielded the sword successfully was declared bonded, a partner in life and battle. "You must marry me," Serina said suddenly, her silver eyes flashing. "By clan law, the one who wields the sword to save the clan's heir is bound to her for life." Kael's jaw dropped. "Wait, what?" "I don't care about your laws," she said, a smirk tugging at her lips. "I only care that you survived the battle and wielded the sword. That is enough to bind us." Kael laughed nervously, trying to hide his panic. I wasn't trying to marry anyone. You had no choice, she replied matter-of-factly. The sword chooses, the law binds, and now we are married. Kael stared, realizing that his life had shifted in an instant. A simple act of protecting her had led to a permanent bond he never expected. Climax, accepting his new life. The raiders had been repelled, and Serina's clan had begun returning to rebuild. Kael struggled with his new reality. He had come to Veytra Prime as a diplomat, never imagining he would wield a sacred sword or become a husband to an alien princess. Serina noticed his hesitation. "You fear what you don't understand," she said, her voice softening. "The sword does not make mistakes. It chose you because it saw the courage in your heart." Kael looked at the sword in his hands, the same sword that had protected her and turned the tide of battle. He realized she was right. His bravery, small and unassuming, had been enough. That same courage could carry him through whatever life with her would bring. He sheathed the sword and offered her his hand. "Then, if I am bound by the sword, I will honor it. I will stand by your side, Serina. I will learn your ways, fight your battles, and perhaps even earn your trust as your partner." Serina smiled, a warmth spreading across her features. "Then let our bond begin, not just by law, but by choice." Ending, a partnership forged in fire. In the weeks that followed, Kael trained alongside Serina, learning the ways of her people, understanding their customs, and mastering the sword more deeply than anyone expected. He became a true protector, not only wielding the weapon but earning the respect of the alien clan. Serina, in turn, learned to trust the human she once feared, realizing that courage, loyalty, and compassion transcended species and legend. Together, they patrolled the rebuilt village, guardians of their people, and symbols of a bond forged in both duty and respect. Kael often marveled at how one act, gripping a sword to protect someone, could change the course of his life entirely. He had arrived as a diplomat, and now he was a warrior, a husband, and a hero in a world far beyond his own. And for Serina, the alien warrior who had lost hope in her clan's survival, she had gained not only a partner but a human who understood her, defended her, and stood unwaveringly by her side. The sword had chosen, the law had bound, and destiny had rewritten itself.